Hi guys, hello beautiful people, thank you so much. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, please, and you haven't subscribed, do me a favor and you tap the little red subscribe button. And if you didn't know, my name is Milton Fonkwa, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about the currencies used in North Cyprus. Yes, for those who didn't know, North Cyprus is a very small country but big in terms of the currencies, because in that small island that most of us don't know about it, there are basically 4 different currencies used in there. Yeah, but now this information is usually very let me say strange to a lot of international students or people who travel to this island for various activities like tourism, schooling, business, and the rest. So today I'm going to talk about or break down or demystify the process of some of the things people need to understand about this country and the currencies used. Yeah, as I said before, there are 4 different currencies used in North Cyprus, and with no further ado, let's start the process immediately. Yeah, for those who didn't know, North Cyprus is not in Europe. Yes, it is not in Europe. It's just that most people confuse between North and South Cyprus, alright? So that is the difference. And today, a friend, or let me say a viewer, was asking me what are the advantages of South Cyprus, or what are some of the means he or she can use to go to South Cyprus. If you are my viewer, let me say in my next video I'm going to bring you some of the things you need to know between North and South Cyprus, okay? Because first of all, South Cyprus is in the European Union, but North Cyprus is not in the European Union. And you also have to understand that people from North Cyprus are not allowed to move into South Cyprus freely. So if you are going to South Cyprus, you must have a reason. Or you are going there at the border, you are going to explain why you are coming into the country, alright? And a lot of people, let me say a lot of internationals that are living North Cyprus to South Cyprus are mostly going in for the asylum. Alright, for those who didn't know, asylum is the stuff where you go, you wait in a country. Maybe you can give a reason at the border that you have a problem going on in your country, then you want to come here to stay safe, seek for help, or things like that. So in my next video, I'm going to bring information about that, alright, so international students can understand. Now, today's topic is about the currencies used in North Cyprus. North Cyprus is a small country, as I said, located in the Mediterranean Sea. But in this country, there are a couple of currencies used. First, they use the Turkish Lira. As you all know, this country is controlled by Turkish, and the currency used by Turkey, and the currency used in Turkey is the Turkish Lira, alright? That is the currency, their main currency, or the main currency in Turkey is the Turkish Lira. Again, this country use the currency, the US dollars. Yes, they also have some areas where you will be using by the US dollars, and US dollars is mostly used in schools, or in some other places you can still go to the supermarket and you use the US dollars to buy. So if you didn't know that in schools, some schools I know, like the Guinea American University, you can pay your fees in US dollars, or the Cyprus Science University, you can also pay your fees in US dollars. Again, they also use the British pounds. Yeah, the currency used in the United Kingdom. They also use it in North Cyprus. So now, and the last currency that they use, I talk about the Turkish Lira, I talk about the British pounds, I talk about the US dollars, and they also use the Euro. Yes. Now, I'm going to break this down bit by bit so that our brothers, our sisters, and our parents can understand. 1. Where do they use the Turkish Lira? For those going to North Cyprus, or students who intend to travel to North Cyprus, know that these are the various locations where you are going to use the Turkish Lira. 1. In the markets or supermarkets. When you go to the supermarket, of course, you can carry another currency with you, but the supermarket, or let me say their markets, is the place where you are going to buy stuff in Turkish Lira, okay? Again, when you work with them at their, let me say, their construction sites, their hotels, their casinos, their beaches, they are going to pay you in Turkish Lira, alright? Listen to me very well and know the differences. They are going to pay you in Turkish Lira. So you have to note that all international students need to understand. And among these currencies I'm mentioning, the Turkish Lira is the lowest in terms of ranking, while the British Pounds is the highest in terms of ranking. Okay, so now look at it. When you buy, you are going to buy in their supermarkets, you mostly use the Turkish Lira. When you work with them, they will pay you in the Turkish Lira, alright, especially at their beaches, their hotels, their construction sites, and the rest. And most of the times, you would take a pay per day, or let me say a period of 12 to 13 hours of, like, which is equivalent to like 13, 14, or 15 US dollars, alright. So that is the difference you need to know. Again, where does the euro currency function, or where in North Cyprus will you be allowed to use the euro currency? There are schools, let me say schools in North Cyprus, you will pay your fee mostly in the euros, with euros, alright? The reason I'm saying so is because their schools, somehow they are cheap compared to other Europe countries or other European countries, alright? But not that cheap compared to other Europe countries or other European countries which are free tuition, alright? Like Germany and Norway, alright? For those who didn't know, I have videos in my channel about that, so please do me a favor and you check them out, alright? Again, when, as I said, in their schools, when you are paying your tuition fee, take for example, when you have an admission and you are going to North Cyprus, okay, they will obviously ask you, because the admission letter that is coming to you is a conditional offer. What I mean by conditional offer is the admission letter is going to come saying you have a certain condition, and the first condition that is usually on it is usually you have to pay a tuition deposit of 1,500 euros. That was back in 2016, 17, and 18. But nowadays, the tuition deposit is 1,800 euros. In some schools, 1,850 euros, alright? So you have to note that. Now, when the tuition deposit comes, you are not going to find the Turkish Lira on your admission letter, alright? What you will find on your admission letter is the currency you are going to pay is 1,850 euros. They will not write pounds, they will not write dollars. Some schools will write dollars. Some schools, like the Cyprus Science University, you can pay your fees in dollars because it's a new school that just came in, alright? But when you are going to Cyprus International University, European University of Lefke, Eastern Mediterranean University, again, Eastern Mediterranean University, you will be opportune to pay your fees in the US dollars, okay? So not all of these differences. Guinea American University, you can pay your fees in the dollars, but remember, when they are taking the dollars is lower than the euro. The euro is a little bit higher than the dollar. Therefore, if they say your fees is 2,000 euros, know that they are going to take the dollars from you equivalent to 2,000 euros, alright? It doesn't mean you are going to pay for $2,000, so you have to be very wise about that. Now, so most of their schools, their school fees, like the Cyprus International University and other universities, alright, you are going to pay your school fees in the euros. Now, the next currency I'm going to talk about is the British pounds. This is where the problem lies, because in North Cyprus there is a policy that you have to, for you to get an apartment, all right, you have to do a contract, a housing contract or a tenancy agreement, all right, between you and the landlord. And most of the times they used to do it for 2 years, but nowadays they drop it to 1 year. The reason they are doing that is because they are very intelligent. They understand that if they do the contract for 2 years, you might stay in the house for a longer period of time, or at times when you want to leave, you will start stressing them about your balance, your deposit, which at times most of them will not give you, all right, because that is what the Turkish people, or some of them, most of them are the Turkish people who behave that way. Some landlords will understand, all right, but they will say when you destroy something in the house, you have to pay for it. Automatically you have to pay for it because it is their right. If you come into the house and nothing is broken, when you are living and something is broken, you have to pay for it, all right? So you have to note that. Now, when you go there to sign a contract, they will tell you that some houses, you will find very few houses, or those outdated houses that does not have good facilities, they will tell you pay in Turkish Lira, and most of the times they will be charging you 350 Turkish Lira, 400 Turkish Lira a month. But most landlords, let me say 75% of them, or 75% of houses or modern day houses built now, because there are a lot of real estate companies, most of them, they do the buildings and all the rest, they sell some. You are going to be using by the British pounds, all right? Note that as an international student coming from Africa, Pakistan, Asia, other European countries, know that your house rent or your your house contract or anything related to your housing will be paid in British pounds, all right? And most of the times they will tell you that your 1 month rent is 350 pounds because you don't pay per single rooms, all right? You can only pay a studio as single, but when you are going to pay a house, there are apartments, you don't pay single rooms. So when you go there, you are going to be paying your house in British pounds. And now there is a problem with this. Some say pay your house in Turkish Lira, some say pay in British pounds. That is the problem, because you cannot be in a small country like that. You are using 4 different currencies. Their tuition fee will be paid in either the euros or the dollars, while your house rent will be paid in the British pounds, some in Turkish Lira. But most of the times the houses that you will find in Turkish Lira are houses that are far into the bushes, not really close to the city centers, all right? They don't have good facilities inside. And you have to also understand that these people, some of these landlords, they are very stubborn, all right? Let me say, when you go into an apartment, the contract says if anything is broken, you have to repair, all right, before I can issue your deposit. Even if you repair the stuff before you are leaving, the landlord will never give you a deposit. One of my videos, I explain all of these things, all right? So you have to note all of these things as an international student going to this country. And again, you have to understand that a British pound is not only used for you who is paying the rent. There are a lot of people from the United Kingdom, many from Germany, many from Ireland, who are also buying houses with the real estate companies, all right? So most of them, they are buying in British pounds. Yeah, at times you will find, let me say, a complete flat, they are telling you it's 100 and something pounds, or 150,000 pounds or something. So that is the currency used in North Cyprus when you want to buy an apartment or when you want to rent a house, all right? International students must note this. And now remember that your tuition fee, or let me say your tuition, when you are going to this country, because most people who go to this country, they don't know all of these things, all right? So when they go, they are like stranded. And again, the problem now is, why will you be working in a country and you are earning the Turkish Lira, why you are paying your tuition fee in euros, paying your housing in British pounds? Here is the big question a lot of us and a lot of people have been asking. Well, from all we all know is that this country is controlled by Turkey, all right? And the information I got is that, or I checked, is that a lot of landlords, when they came into this country, they decided that, no, our house, we have to be collecting by British pounds. I don't know if it's a legal law or it's something, there is a law book which states you have to pay your house in British pounds, but that is what is on ground. So when you go to this country, know that that is what we are going to be doing. Your housing is going to be paid in British pounds. Your school fees is going to be paid in euros and dollars, all right? And your house, when you work with them, they are going to pay you in Turkish Lira. The Turkish Lira is a lower currency compared to the British pound. 1 Turkish Lira, or let me say 1 British pounds, is equivalent to like 7.5 Turkish Lira. You have to note that. 1 euro is equivalent to like 6.5 Turkish Lira. You have to note that. $1 is equivalent to like 5.3 Turkish Lira, and it fluctuates most of the time when Turkey is in crisis. So you have to note all of these things, all right? If something affects Turkey, the currency, the people in North Cyprus suffers the effect, because it is going to affect them first. Their currency is going to lose a lot of value, or let me say, the currency is going to drop drastically. So that is where a lot of international students have problems, especially those paying £100 and above for their monthly rent, all right? So if you are going to this country, know that that is what is going to be happening with your rent or your house rent, all right? But your tuition fee is paid in euros. You will not be paying anything there in schools and house like in the Turkish Lira. No, Turkish Lira is only used in supermarkets. If you want to take a bus, or let me say take a bus from Nicosia to Kyrenia, or from Kyrenia to Famagusta, you will use the Turkish Lira. And nowadays the transport fare is going up and down. They are saying it's 10 Turkish Lira from one city to another. Some cities from Kyrenia to Famagusta is like 15 Turkish Lira. So you have to note all of these things as a new international student. All right. For those who have been asking me about going to South or going to South Cyprus from North Cyprus, yes, you have to understand that South Cyprus is not controlled by Turkey. It is a European country, all right? But these two countries, North Cyprus is not a European country, all right? According to what is on ground, it was forcefully seized by Turkey. So if you are in this country, you have to understand that you do not have any right to go to South Cyprus unless you are going to seek asylum first. Secondly, unless you have a visa, and you will not get a visa from North Cyprus to go to South Cyprus. Note that as an international student living Africa, any African country, or okay, European citizens, yes, are free to go to South Cyprus because it is in Europe. You understand? Yes. But for you coming from Africa to North Cyprus, you will not be allowed free access into South Cyprus. So note that. But if you want to go to South Cyprus, there are procedures you have to follow. All right. So note all of these things. Again, for those who have been asking, where can I find a job? Where can I find a job in North Cyprus? Remember, I mentioned in my last videos that it is relatively low and difficult to get a job. And even if at times you get a job, they are going to discriminate. There is a lot of discrimination in the job industries. Most of the times, people want to give you job based on favoritism, all right? Now, when you go to let me say to a hotel or a restaurant job with a Turkish citizen, and the restaurant is controlled by a Turkish citizen, note that you automatically are going to lose the job if they are looking just for one person. Reason is simple. He is Turkish and the person controlling the restaurant is Turkish. So you already understand what I mean. But again, some people are you taking advantage of some of our girls. Let me say the girls coming from some of these girls coming from Africa or European countries, all right? They want to be using them before giving them jobs. So if you are a girl and you intend to travel to North Cyprus, know that to get a job, it is not that easy, but you can still get a job in the beaches, all right, to work in the beach during the summer holiday, all right? You can still get a job to work in the casino or to work in a hotel, all right? But note that it is very tedious. You have to be strong, and when you are a student, you have to be strong. But remember, again, you are a student, and now these jobs, you mostly have these jobs running from 7 a.m. till like 5:30 p.m. in the evening before you can earn a salary per day of like 15, 16 or 17 US dollars, all right? I'm calling US dollars because they will pay you but Turkish Lira at the end of the month. But if you convert the money to US dollars, it will give you like 15, 16 or 17 US dollars. And that will be equivalent to like 120 or 130 Turkish Lira, which is a very good salary for the level of North Cyprus, as they say, all right? But now for boys, it is extremely difficult for you to work, especially in these casinos. It is easy to work, but most of the times they will prefer to take girls. I do not know why, but that is how it functions in that country, okay? So now the boys are only subjected to do what? The construction jobs or the real estate jobs or the car washing jobs and the rest. And remember, the highest paid job in that country most of the times for the boys is the construction jobs. You can work with the construction companies or some of the ceramic companies, all right, and they can pay you like 150 lira a day, which is equivalent to like close to 20 US dollars, all right? So it is very advantageous for you guys to look for your jobs. But remember again, these jobs are very tedious. If you want to work and go to school, you are going to be very less attentive in school. So you have to note all of these things, all right? If you are looking for jobs in the hotels in North Cyprus, note this. Go to a Lexus hotel. A Lexus hotel is a hotel found in North Cyprus, all right? You can go to one hotel called Shatat Lambosa. It is owned by Guinea American University along the Famagusta Strait, all right? The road going to Famagusta. That is a very good hotel for girls. You can go there and find a job and apply for a job. You can be lucky. For those in Kyrenia, look for School King Casino, all right? Look for Vuni Palace Hotel and Casino, all right? Go to Pia Bella Hotel and Casino and ask them, all right? Or you can also go towards the seaside and ask for Lord's Palace. It's also a very big hotel, all right? Most of the times, they will give girls jobs inside, boys jobs. So, boys, if you are already in North Cyprus, go to that hotel and check, all right? If you are staying close to Guinea American University, all right, you can also go to some of these hotels around the Guinea American University. There are some hotels going towards Lapta. Lapta is also a neighborhood in North Cyprus, alright? Go to those hotels, you check for jobs. For those around Kyrenia, the guys who are strong, you can also check some of these construction companies, alright, that are around. They can give you jobs, because the Turkish man is very, very, very lazy. That is what I know them for. Some are hardworking, alright, but when you see the hardworking ones, you will know. So if you are looking for a job, remember the future is, your own future is in your palm. So work hard and try to be successful, alright. Again, remember that if you are going in a construction job, this is basically for guys, alright. If you are going to be working, or if you have a job to work in a construction company, please be very careful, because anything that happens to you there, the employee or the Turkish man is not going to consider you. If you get a wound, or if you have a problem with your hand or your leg or any part of your body, it is going to be your problem and your family. Take note of this and be very careful and attentive when you work with these people. Avoid injuries, because if you get an injury, it is going to be very disastrous for you. You are the one to be spending your money, and to stay in their hospitals a night, if you have a problem, it's going to cost you a lot of money. 350 euros, 500 euro, 350 Turkish lira, 400 Turkish lira, and 500 Turkish lira and above, alright? So it is a problem. I know it is going to be difficult for you to get the money, but when you are going to work with these people, please avoid injuries. When they send you, or if you see that this place I'm working is not favorable, you quit the job, alright? Because if you get a problem, it is going to be very difficult for you. Remember, there is no document yet in North Cyprus for students to work, alright? Oh, there is no legal document. They will tell you there is a law that students can work part-time in North Cyprus, but they will not sign the document for you, alright? For those who are permanent workers, they will mostly give you 1-year contracts, alright? Mostly to the Bangladesh students, to the Pakistanis and the Indians. But remember, as a black man, if they are giving you a contract for 1 year, it means you had already worked with these people for at least 2 years, alright? They know you, they know, because they know black people automatically. If you give them a contract, they might not work for the required duration, then they will quit the job, alright? And they will be the one to lose, because to do the working contract there or is relatively somehow different, alright? So guys, you have to note all of these things. And girls, please always avoid this auto stop stuff, alright? If you haven't been in contact with any Turkish man, or if you haven't been harassed before, you have to be very attentive and also pay constant attention when you enter a car where you don't know anybody there, alright? It is not as if molestation is at high rate, but just to take precautions, okay? So that is what I brought to you today about the currencies used in North Cyprus, and I wanted to elaborate a little bit about the jobs, alright? I had to mix the jobs part inside so that a lot of my sisters, my brothers can understand some of these things. Please remember again that the working contracts in North Cyprus is absolutely different from the student permit, alright? In my next video, I'm going to come up, or I'm going to bring you information about student permits and working permits, alright? So stay tuned. Please don't forget to share my videos, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do me a favor and you tap that little red subscribe button. Again, for those looking for jobs in Nicosia, alright, there are a lot of casinos in Nicosia. Again, you can apply in their restaurants, alright? There are a lot of restaurants in Nicosia too. But statistics shows that in the summer there are a lot of jobs in Kyrenia, alright? In Kyrenia is the English name of Guinea. Guinea is in Turkish, but Kyrenia is the English name, alright? So if you are living in Nicosia and you can easily move to Kyrenia, I will advise you always go to Kyrenia during the summers and look for jobs at their beaches, because during the summer a lot of tourists will move into North Cyprus, alright? They have about 10,000 and above tourists. The number of tourists a year are 10,000 and above visiting this small island, alright? So and most of them are Germans, British, and all nationalities. So check all those places and you apply, alright, for jobs if you need one. It is also very easy. If you applied for school jobs, those school jobs are going to pay you small money, but try to get a job so that you can feed yourself. I understand it's not easy in that country, alright? So, and family too can support you. So note that though in North Cyprus there are 4 different currencies used, alright? The currency used in school is different from the one you will be paying your house in, the one you will be buying food stuff, and the one you will be using for your transportation and the rest. So that is how they use the euro, the dollar, the British pounds, and the Turkish lira. And the reason they are using the Turkish lira is because Turkey is the one controlling them, because the country is not in Europe and not found in the European Union. All right, it is not South Cyprus. South Cyprus is different, and you don't move into South Cyprus anyhow if you are from North Cyprus, because they do not have a real agreement with Turkey. All right, so thank you so much, guys. Please don't forget to share my videos, and if you haven't subscribed, help me and tap that little red subscribe button. All right, it's very important for our engagement. See you next time. Bye bye.